How do you feel about plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery?
I feel like if it makes you happy, go for it. I'm not against it. I'm not opposed to it, because there are some things that people just really are insecure about. And if that is going to make you feel confident within yourself, just do it. Go for it. If it makes you happy, it's your life. You only have one chance to live it, so just go for it. So.
As far as your body at this point, have you had any work done?
All natural. No, I have not. Not yet, anyway. I don't plan on it, but who's to say, in 5 years or whatever, if I change my mind. But so far right now, no.
Ever been accused of a fake body part?
Yeah, I have. My butt. My butt has been called fake before, but it's not.
When this happens, is that flattering, annoying, or disrespectful?
I kind of used to look at it as disrespectful, but in a way I look at it as a form of flattery in a way. Because it's well, it's not, but thank you, I guess. Because people pay to have certain things, for whatever. So I guess it's a compliment in a way.
You are natural at this point, like you've mentioned, but have you ever considered any type of work?
I have. My chest. Definitely have considered that many times, but I do like the fact that I'm all natural, and it just takes a little bra or something to support it. I don't have to go into the knife or it to look a little better or a little enhanced. So.
Was it just a thought, or did you actually seek consultation on it?
It was just a thought. I never went to the doctor or anything. It's just thoughts.
Is it possible to achieve a bigger size or something of that nature naturally, or no?
Absolutely. Like your butt, you can do more squats, eat more carbs. Your chest, I don't know about the chest. I know that there's ways to make them more perkier. But as far as bigger, I don't know about the chest. But your butt, most definitely, you can make that thing grow.
It sounds like you're proud of your natural body.
Yeah.
I know sometimes people will actually promote that their body's natural. Like even on social media, you'll see they might say 100% natural, or they might have some sort of phrase or pro-natural, or they might have some sort of phrase
right.
that they let people know their body's natural. Have you ever put something like that in your bio? Have you ever made some sort of statement? Maybe even not on your bio, like in captions. Have you ever, let people know your body is natural?
No, I don't think I've ever put it in my bio or a caption like that, as if someone were to say that it's plastic, then I correct them and tell them, no, I'm natural. Or, things like that. As far as caption, I think one time I just said, me in my most natural form. I think one time I used that as a caption. And one time I said, barefoot baby Ash and no makeup or something like that. I wasn't wearing makeup. So it was natural, the makeup, but no.
Now, what about this? Okay, you are in the modeling industry.
Yes.
Are you considered to be a specific type of model? Or are we just saying an overall model at this point?
I would just say model. So I model for a whole bunch of different things.
You're in the music industry.
Yes.
And you are in the, I don't know what you would call it, the acting industry. Do they say acting industry, or do they say
film industry?
Film industry, there you go, okay. The film industry. Okay, is there a pressure to enhance your body being in any of these industries?
There is definitely pressure because when it comes to specific roles, they might want you to look a type of that, like, because the camera adds pounds onto you. So it's like in real life, I feel like I look great. On camera, it's a bit different. I look maybe a little bit thicker or chunkier, and they want someone to look thinner in their films. And even when it comes into like walking into like modeling agencies and stuff, they will basically, when it comes to like fashion like magazine editorial type of modeling, they really look for thinner. Just from my experience, in my experience walking into these agencies, to where in the beginning when I first started out, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta lose all this weight. I gotta, I wanted to change so much about myself, and that's kind of around the time when I was thinking like about, getting this fixed and stuff. But I've been able to create a pretty nice support social base on my own, modeling and stuff like that, in my own work, to where I didn't have anybody telling me no or I had to look a certain way. They accept me for who I am, so that quickly changed.
Sometimes I've heard people, when they take a film role, they will lose weight or gain weight for a certain part.
Absolutely, yeah. I I did. I actually had to lose some weight for a film, but I really wanted the part. I really wanted that specific role. And so if I feel like it's something that I really want, I'm not opposed to losing or gaining weight. But as far as like altering my body for a specific role or agency or something like that, I'm not gonna. There's no need for that.
And in this interview segment, did you state why you didn't go through with going under the knife for maybe some sort of enhancement of your chest?
There's kind of like there's like many reasons why I did it, but I'd say like the main one, honestly, is like I don't want to come out looking botched. Like I don't want to go and like they just completely mess up, and it's like I'm fine now. So if I were to go and it come out messed up, that's just a nightmare. So I think that's like the main reason why I'm just like, yeah.
Do you know anybody personally that's had an actual botched job when it comes to the chest? Or is it more so just things you've read or seen?
I don't know anyone personally.
But the thought that it could be botched does...
It freaks me out. Like, it freaks me out.
Because it is a possibility. That's not out of the realm of actually happening. That could happen.
It could happen. And there's actually like a show called Botched, and I was like addicted to watching that, and it actually like it frightened me. No.
I would think more come out successful than botched, I would assume, but when you're under that knife, anything could possibly happen.
Yeah, anything could possibly happen. Anything. Their freaking phone could go off, and they look, and it's like, oh gosh, I didn't mean to cut that. So. You
do hear of accidents happening.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Missed markings. They mark the wrong thing to do whatever to. You've heard stuff like that, stuff happening to the wrong person. I'm not saying that happens in plastic or cosmetic surgery, but just surgery, period. Sometimes you hear these news headlines of stuff happening.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I think I do know of someone, not personally, but I know of someone who's like, they got a boob job, but anyway, chest job, and one of their thingies popped. And it, oh man, I just couldn't. I would freak out.
One of their implants?
Yeah, one of their implants, it freaked out. I mean, it freaked out. It popped. So.
And I've interviewed, things that have happened to women that have gone through a breast augmentation and things of that nature. And if people want to look that up on my YouTube, just search for it on the channel. But yeah, things can happen, especially in the recovery process. I've interviewed women that, the doctor gives them orders and guidelines to follow in the recovery process, and they might not follow them, and certain circumstances can happen from that.
Yeah.
So things can always happen. It's always a possibility that anything can happen. But just curious there on why you never went through with that personally at this point.
Yeah.
But I am curious to wonder, hypothetically speaking, well, before I ask this hypothetical question, I do want to ask you this. Has anyone ever higher up in any of these industries that you partake in, has anybody higher up ever suggested some sort of enhancement?
I know of, so I know somebody who actually did get their chest done.
Okay.
And it actually enhanced their following. It increased it. And, it's all a numbers game in today's society, like on social media. And so it's like the more followers you have, it's like when it comes to collabs and stuff like that, it's the more money you make. And so she's making big dollars because of that decision, which, that's great for her. And she recommends it if it would make you happy, but she's not going around telling everybody, like, get this done. It's, it's more of a personal preference thing if it's something that you're insecure about, which she was at the time, insecure, and so she made that decision, and it just boosted her confidence, and she looks great.
And what industry was this in that she was, you withheld her name, but what industry is this that she's in?
She's in the modeling industry. Model.
And that leads to my actual hypothetical question. Is the question of this is, if you were to enhance your chest, for example, that's something that you mentioned here in this interview segment, do you think you would reach success quicker or be more successful than where you're at this point?
I have thought that. I have, just because with the modeling industry, they want to see, they love to see prettiness. They love to look at you, and not that I'm not pretty without it, because I do feel like I am. So it's a yes and no. I guess it's all with preference, yes and no.
Now, we're wrapping up here on this segment, but I do have two more questions for you. One, has a significant other ever offered money to fix something you thought about or suggested to fix something?
Not money, but they were actually in, that's what they wanted to be. He was in school for that, and he said when he got to the point where he was able to do the surgeries, he would be more than happy to do that for me, but that ended, and then too was like, I don't even think I'd trust his ass to do it. Just so.
And my last question to you, if someone's watching this interview right now, like a doctor or a company that does breast augmentations or anything of that nature, if they offered this service to you for free of charge, would you take it?
I would really have to look at their work. But honestly, I feel like now where I am today, and just where I am within myself, not to sound corny or cheesy or anything like that, but I'm really comfortable in my own skin, and it was something that I used to want or think about. It's something that sometimes I will be like, damn, if I had that done, I could wear this shirt and it would look great. But I love my body. I love the way I am. So I really don't think so. I don't.